This is the first time I've seen grass on the ground. It's not very pretty grass, but it's grass. That makes me very, very excited. Hey there everyone, my name is James and this is day 4 of March Madness. This is not a vlog. Today, I wanted to talk to you about my road trip all the way across Canada this summer. After I finished university, I knew that I had a job as an English language teaching assistant here in Quebec, and so through that, I knew that I would be driving or somehow getting across the country. And I personally thought it would be a very incredible opportunity to drive. It was Canada 150 and all the national parks were free to enter and everything was very exciting. And I thought that, this might be the only chance in my life that I ever get to have a road trip across Canada. During my childhood, I did not have a lot of vacations throughout the country. I've only had really left the province of British Columbia, even like the Okanagan area, a handful of times. And so this was incredibly exciting, this idea to me of pretty much going to see anything and everything I wanted to all the way across the country. Of course, like any person who has ever made a substantial amount of videos before, this was a landmine of incredible content and incredible YouTube videos that I could make and share with you. In fact, I made 5 total road trip across Canada videos, segmented by provinces and areas, and it was awesome and I was stoked about it. I even set up a dash cam iPhone sort of system where every 10 minutes it took a photo out of the front window of my car, and essentially it created this like incredibly cool time-lapse timeline all across Canada. I was stoked about not only the incredible experiences I would have, but the incredible memories that I would be able to capture with me. So I left from Penticton, British Columbia, where I was born and where I grew up, and my final goal was Trois-Rivières in Quebec, which is where I took some French courses before moving here, where I am right now, to Rimouski. I went all the way across, visiting Lake Louise and Banff, Calgary, a few places in between there, and Regina. I spent a night in Winnipeg going to the Human Rights Museum of Canada, passed through Western Ontario fairly quickly, stopping through Thunder Bay, Sault Ste. Marie, and then finally to Niagara Falls, where I spent a few days, and honestly, that was my absolute favorite part about the entire road trip. I had so much fun, and even though I was by myself, I was smiles the entire time. After Niagara Falls, I went to Ottawa, where not only did I have a private tour of the Parliament building, but I also slept in an original 1910 or earlier, I can't actually remember, jail house. It was one of the original jails in Canada, and it's been like converted into this hostel, and it was super cool. And I actually slept in a bunk, like, I'm sure I'll have a picture of it. Incredibly tiny, and it was just so cool and exciting, and I was nerding out. The history was incredible, and that just gets me excited. And then from there, I went to Montreal, where I was fortunate enough to just by like random chance end up there on Saint Jean Baptiste, which is the biggest holiday in Quebec of the year. It's like their national holiday. It's like their version of Canada Day, and it was awesome. There was parades, there was live music, and just people everywhere, and an incredibly exciting time to be in that area. And finally, the next day, I went to Trois-Rivières, and I stopped, and I did my courses, and then eventually came to Rimouski. Here's the thing. You're probably wondering at this point, James, if you filmed all of these great things and you had such a wonderful road trip and you enjoyed yourself so much, why didn't you post the videos? Earlier you said you had 5 complete videos, and just why didn't you post them? Great question. in November, just as I was finishing the sort of series and finishing the videos, my computer crashed. And I mean, like, my hard drive died. I was unable to access it or do anything on it, and I still can't access it or do anything on it. And so theoretically, I have all the footage, it's all there, but I can't get it. Footage, all of my photos, everything from the entire road trip, hundreds of hours of footage are gone. So, in what is likely the most disappointing turn of events in regards to a road trip, especially one that you took by yourself, and thus now have like barely any, way to show people what you did. It sucks. It sucks. Because, if it's not on film, and if you didn't take a picture of it, it didn't happen. But there is a saving grace. Live photos on iPhones from Apple. You can turn those into videos using applications and things like that. And so, all of a sudden, I have a incredibly small amount of video footage from when I was at Niagara Falls. My favorite part of the entire thing. It's not a lot, but it's something. And so I want to take the rest of this video to sort of share that with you. So for those who do not know what Niagara Falls is, it is a small little city directly next to what is also called the Niagara Falls, which are giant waterfalls. There's 3 of them. There is the American Falls, the Bridal Veil Falls, and on the Canadian side, there is the Horseshoe Falls. So the falls are sort of right along the river that splits America and Canada right in half, and it is a massive tourist destination. The thing that makes it such a big deal here in Canada is the fact that Niagara Falls is essentially the Las Vegas of Canada. It has 2 massive casinos. It has what can only be described as a family fun park built directly into the city street called Clifton Hill. Like, literally the weirdest looking, most vibrant area I have ever been in my life. It's like a little kid's dream come true. When I was in Niagara Falls, I had so much fun. The pure excitement of everyone there and going on the boat ride and having literally the water be so powerful that it pushes you and you have to grip onto the side of the railing of the boat was an incredible experience, and it just brought an instant smile to everyone's face, even though you're all getting soaked and covered in water, and the wind from the falls alone is enough to knock you over. You can't not smile and laugh. It was one of those moments in your life where you pause and are just completely immersed in that environment, and you truly feel that pure, no strings attached joy and happiness. I cannot describe just how big of a smile I had on my face, even though the photo that I have doesn't show it. Because by the time that you were smiling, there was no way that you could have an electronic out because you were already completely soaked. It was a moment that I was just able to relax and be incredibly happy, and it's my absolute favorite memory of my road trip across Canada. And I'm glad that if all of my footage were to be erased and gone forever, that at least that one little part of my vacation and my trip is saved in some way or another. So, thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed. That is all I have for you today. I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Yeah. That was weird.